Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Dr. Samita Bai, postdoctoral fellow at the Canadian for Cybersecurity at the University of New Brunswick. It is an honor to serve as MC for this afternoon's event. I would like to start by respectfully acknowledging that UNB stands on the unsurrendered and unceded traditional Wolastoqui land. The land of Wabanaki people are recognized in a series of peace and friendship treaties to establish an ongoing relationship of peace, friendship, and mutual respect between equal nations. The river that connects our two campuses is known as Woolstock, along which live Woolstockwick, the people of beautiful and bountiful river. Woolstock is also known as St. John River. I'm very pleased to welcome you all as we celebrate the milestone event of Cyber Attribution Data Centre at UNB's Canadian Institute for Cybersecurity. I'm delighted to welcome several distinguished guests who have joined us for today's celebration. Honorable David Miles, Member of Parliament Fredericton Ormocto and Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Canadian Identity and Culture and Minister responsible for official languages and the Secretary to State Nature. Ms. Tresha Geddes, Deputy Minister of Public Safety, Canada, and Dr. Kathy Wilson, Acting President and Vice Chancellor, University of New Brunswick. Thank you all for being here and for your continued support of innovation and research in our region. It is now my pleasure to welcome our first speaker for this afternoon. Please join me in welcoming David Miles, Member of Parliament for Fredericton and Ormocto, to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to just put this right on this computer if it's okay. Really pleased to be here. It's a thrill. I love celebrating good news, and this is a celebration, folks. So let's start by putting our hands together. You should be very proud of the work that's happened here over the last year. Also pleased to know that the 1-year anniversary is just a couple days after my birthday. So we'll celebrate a birthday together every year around this week. I turned 32 this week. It was a great... I was joking to Senator Joan Kingston, who's here with us today, that I actually turned 45, but I was asked if I needed a senior's discount last year in Nova Scotia. So I'm kind of moving in both directions. But I'm very happy to be here. Ça m'a fait plaisir d'être ici aujourd'hui parmi vous autres. And I want to say thank you to UNB. What a great institution to have here in our community. To the CIC, of course, and to Dr. Wilson, who joins us today. And Dr. Gorbani, also, thank you so much for having us here today. I'd also like to recognize Senator Joan Kingston, who's with us. Love working with Joan, and we get to see each other a lot on flights between Fredericton and Oromocto, pretty much on the weekly. But it's a great opportunity to catch up. As well, I want to recognize the Deputy Minister of Public Safety Canada, Patricia Geddes. It's great to have you here as well. I'm thrilled to have the chance to celebrate this with the Canadian Institute of Cybersecurity. And you probably know, and particularly the Cyber Attribution Data Centre. You know how I feel about this place. I've spoken about it a couple of times. I think this is one of the most dynamic, interesting places that we have in our community. And it happens when we believe in ourselves and we believe that we can do great things as a community. And we look towards the future and we imagine what is possible. I think I talked about this last time I was here. I'm a big fan of imagination. These kind of things don't happen without being able to imagine what our role can be, what UNB's role can be, what CIC's role can be in facing some of the greatest challenges our country faces today and into the future. We know these are the challenges of the future. And so we need to be able to look into the future and figure out how we are going to meet those challenges. And that's what's happening in this room. And it makes me so proud to represent this community. As you know, when ministers come to visit, I bring them here because I show it off, because I think it is something to be celebrated. And I look around, I think it's important to look around this room and see what's happening. This is brilliant minds that have come together in Fredericton to make a difference, to solve global problems for our country. So put your hands together for all the work that you're doing here. Cette infrastructure clé constitue un élément essentiel de l'écosystème de cybersécurité bien établi et en pleine expansion de Fredericton. The Government of Canada, through ACOA, was proud to support the Cyber Attribution Centre with $9.7 million investment in December of 2024. I wish I could take credit for that, but that was before I became an MP. But I'm going to keep on fighting for it, so believe me. But being here today just shows how the project has progressed and why that's so exciting. With the CADC, the CIC, it is advancing Canada's ability to understand, attribute, and respond to sophisticated cyber threats. Les réalisations du CADC témoignent du leadership croissant du Canada dans le domaine de la recherche et du renseignement en matière de cybersécurité. Le soutien apporté par le gouvernement fédéral à ce projet démontre de notre engagement à offrir aux Canadiens des avantages concrets en matière de sécurité. This project illustrates how world-class research, collaborations can translate into practical tools right here in Fredericton. Through the CADC, Canada is strengthening its national cybersecurity resilience by identifying threats to critical infrastructure, which is essential to protecting our economy and our public services. It only takes one demonstration from the team here at CIC to be convinced that cybersecurity plays an essential role in our new digital world. I've been lucky to be part of many of those demonstrations now, and I leave terrified every single time, but also very grateful for the work that's being here. It shows us that the threats are around us. And increasingly in my job, I hear that. But as you know, increasingly in my job, I get to talk about my own community and the work that we're doing to meet those needs, and how it's important for us to keep on playing a role nationally. That's what I want to see. As a representative for this community, I want to make sure that what we are doing is heard around the world, and particularly heard in Ottawa, to know that we can now be part of those national solutions, that we punch above our weight and we are ready to meet these opportunities, because there is an awful lot of talk about the importance of cybersecurity. And that's why I often talk about the work that is happening right here. But none of that work happens without a whole bunch of effort by Dr. Gorbani and so many other amazing folks. Kwesi, who's going to, I think, speaking maybe later on. And Hugh, thanks so much. Everybody here, and the intellectual brain power that you bring to these challenges is incredibly, incredibly inspiring. It protects our ports, energy supplies, healthcare centers. And the work that's happening here is instrumental to making sure that critical infrastructure is secure for generations to come. So I'd like to say congratulations to the CADC team on all that you have achieved over the last year. Getting this running, getting this operating is something to be very proud of. And I look forward to many, many more celebrations, years to come, and what you will continue to do, all the great work you'll continue to do. I'm here to advocate for it. I'm proud to be part of it, and proud to be celebrating just 2 days after my birthday every single year for the next many years to come. So thank you very much. Merci.
Thank you, MP Miles, for your insightful remarks and for your continued support of innovation and cybersecurity research. I am now pleased to welcome Deputy Minister Trisha Geddes from Public Safety Canada, who is joining us online today to share her remarks.
Thank you very much. I just want to confirm you can hear me in the room. Can I just get a thumbs up from the front of the audience if you can? Okay, terrific. Thank you very much. First, let me tell you how sorry I am that I'm not there to join you today. Ali knows how fondly I hold the center in my heart and how much personal effort and professional effort that I have put into ensuring the success. And I'm very regretful that I can't be there today in person to celebrate, but did really appreciate the opportunity to do this online. Avant de commencer, je voudrais prendre un instant pour rappeler que je m'adresse à vous tous aujourd'hui à partir du territoire algonquin Anishinaabe, qui n'a jamais été cédé ni abandonné. I want to really begin by congratulating Dr. Gorbani and the Canadian Institute for Cybersecurity for reaching this one-year milestone of the Cyber Attribution Data Centre. La cyber-résilience est le pilier de la résilience nationale. Elle permet à l'économie, aux institutions et au système démocratique du Canada de résister au choc et de se remettre rapidement. This is crucial to respond to the myriad threats facing us today. Canada's infrastructure is vulnerable to malicious state and criminal cyber activity, foreign interference, and supply chain disruptions, which can have cascading effects on society. Canada cannot expect long-term economic security and growth without bolstering our cybersecurity and protection against threat actors. The two need to move together. A resilient cyber ecosystem and secure infrastructure are core to Canada's economic sovereignty. Strong partnerships across all levels of government, industry, and academia is essential. The Cyber Attribution Data Centre represents important work in deepening partnerships and developing that resilience. En parcourant les documents de la réunion d'aujourd'hui, j'ai été frappée par le nombre de partenariats que l'Institut a noués aux quatre coins du monde. That's why this partnership with the University of New Brunswick, the Canadian Institute for Cybersecurity, and the CADC is so crucial. It embodies the way government will need to work with all parts of society to ensure Canada's economic and national security. Championing partnerships is at the core of the National Cybersecurity Strategy. It commits the Government of Canada to work with all of Canadian society to enhance the Canadian cybersecurity posture and ultimately keep Canadians safe. The Government of Canada has emphasized this commitment to collaboration through a number of efforts, including Attribution Data Centre, as was mentioned before, committed to fund $10 million over 5 years. The Canadian Cyber Defence Collective, we held our first meeting of that this month. And the Cybersecurity Collection Program, the 2025 call for proposals yielded over 500 applications. We must continue to develop these ties now, as we will increasingly find ourselves relying on each other across government and the private sector as we navigate periods of uncertainty in the changing geopolitical landscape. Parallèlement à notre engagement en faveur des partenariats, le gouvernement fait progresser des lois clés et réalise des investissements essentiels pour renforcer notre sécurité économique et notre résilience. For example, Bill C-8 will strengthen Canada's cybersecurity posture and the protection of critical cyber systems. It's currently progressing through the Senate. We've done this a couple times before, but I have great confidence in the success. When the regulation phase begins, we will rely on partnerships with industry to get those regulations right. Further, the spring economic update target investments and partnerships in key sectors like energy, critical minerals, clean energy technologies, defense, artificial intelligence, and agriculture, which will further advance our economic security and prosperity in partnership with all these cybersecurity investments. All this work is clear-eyed to the threats we are facing and is rooted in strong partnerships to take a whole-of-society approach to our cyber resilience. The Government of Canada, including myself, is very proud to partner with the CIC, and we look forward to continuing to work closely together to protect Canada and Canadians. I'm wishing you an excellent day ahead and a great anniversary celebration. Je vous souhaite une excellente journée. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much, Deputy Minister Geddes, for your supportive remarks and for joining us virtually today. I have now have the honor of inviting Acting President and Vice Chancellor Dr. Kathy Wilson to deliver her remarks.
Thank you, Samita. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, Senator Kingston. Thank you, MP Miles. It seems regularly I speak after him these days, always a hard act to follow, and today throws in that it's his birthday. So happy birthday. Thank you to Deputy Minister Geddes, the CADC and CIC board members, and everyone joining us in person and online today to celebrate this milestone. We're proud to mark the 1 year of progress for the Cyber Attribution Data Centre here at UNB. Today is about celebrating what has been built and what it means for New Brunswick and for Canada. As you know, cybersecurity is not just a technical issue. It's a matter of national security, economic resilience, and public trust. Cyber operations are a core instrument of national power alongside traditional military capabilities. From critical infrastructure to everyday services, our digital systems are deeply interconnected and increasingly targeted. The CADC was established to answer one of the toughest questions for cybersecurity. Who is behind the cyber attack and why? This work is essential to defending Canada, and it positions UNB and Canada at the forefront of cyber attribution. Their work reflects the nationally significant expertise that is located at UNB and is supporting Canada and Canadian autonomy and trusted domestic capability. This milestone reinforces UNB's role as a national leader in cybersecurity, research, and training. Through the CADC and the Canadian Institute for Cybersecurity, UNB experts are advancing innovation and strengthening national defense and intelligence capabilities. They're training the next generation of cybersecurity professionals, and they're strengthening partnerships across government, industry, and academia. By combining research, data, partnerships, and training, they're enhancing Canada's overall security position. And the goal is clear. It's to make Canada a global leader in cyber attribution. Thanks to our researchers, partners, supporters, and the strong foundations for their continued advancement in cybersecurity, and especially to the team led by Dr. Ali Gorbani. Together, we're helping to secure Canada's digital future, and UNB is very pleased to be a part of that work. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wilson, for your leadership and vision. And now I'm pleased to welcome Mr. Hugh Hicks, Deputy Director of CADC, who will share an overview of CADC, including its structure, strategic direction, and future roadmap.
All right. I think I need a drink. Well, thank you, Samita. It's good to be here. My name is Hugh Hicks, as you mentioned, the Deputy Director for the CADC. And for those of you who are wondering, I am not related to Fredericton's newest mayor. I get that question a lot these days. Okay, I'm going to, so CADC is a year old, and we've been quite busy over the last year. And I'm going to give you a quick update on some of the things that that we've been involved with, some of the things that have been happening. And as well, Kwasi is going to come and give you do a bit of a demonstration of some of the tools that have actually been developed by the CADC. Very interesting stuff. So we're going to start. I'm going to click this. And I'm going to click it again. Here we go. So what is cyber attribution? So probably a number of you in this room could write extensive papers on what cyber attribution actually is. But for those of you who don't know, I'll keep it simple. It's basically the process of identifying and assigning responsibility for a cyber attack or incident to a specific threat actor. So what we want to know is who is responsible, why did they attack, and finally, how the attack was carried out. So here at the CADC or CADC, we focus on number 1 and number 3. So a little bit more on the technical aspect of cyber attribution. Now, just when you thought you were going to be able to sit back, relax, and not do too much work, we're going to put you to work. So I would like you to take a picture of that, scan that QR code, and if you have a program, the QR code is on the program. But if you scan that, there's a question for you. What do you think your organization should care about cyber attribution? Okay, so here we are.
So it's safe to answer the question?
It's safe to answer the question, yes. We're not going to, that's a very good point though, Marie, because please don't scan random QR codes that say, scan this QR code and get a free coffee from Starbucks. Please don't do that. So here, I'm just going to look at some of these, some of the results here. So, okay, pretty solid group here, pretty solid audience. Many of you are cyber experts. So 79% say yes. 77%. Yes, I do. Man, I'm just here for the food. 13%. Okay, at least you're being honest. And then 8%. No, that's cyber companies or government's job, and not sure. 2%. Okay, very good. Thank you for that. Now we are going to show you a cyber attribution video, and who knows, maybe it will actually change your mind about cyber attribution and why it's important.
When was the last time you heard about a bank robbery? They still happen, just rarely. Because the moment a robber walks in, they're already seen. Cameras in the bank, on every corner, in every store. The story ends with a name. That's attribution, and attribution changes behavior. Now imagine your network. Attacks happen every day. We see what they did, but rarely who did it. Think about the last 5 cyber incidents that hit your institution. Can you name a single attacker? Without attribution, trust erodes, confidence falls, costs rise. And the attackers? They're already moving on to the next target. No single camera solved a robbery, and no single organization can solve this alone. But when networks share signals, research, finance, telecom, government, the picture sharpens. The unknown becomes known. When attackers can be identified, they think twice. That's how trust is maintained, not just in banks, but in everything we depend on. Cyber attribution. See clearly, act together.
One. There we go. Have you changed your mind? Okay, a bit of a leading question, but Okay, I'm starting to get nervous here. It's having the opposite effect than what was intended. What's that?
If we had yes before, we would have no.
Yes, actually, you're right. Yeah. Have you changed your mind? So, no. Food, 20. Okay, food is going up. Okay, what's going on here? Yes. We'll give it a few more minutes, or a few more seconds. Okay, so we're pretty good. All right, so you get the point, though. Again, we obviously here at the CADC believe in cyber attribution. We think it's critical and important, and that's why we're involved, and that's why we're studying it and actually building tools that can help improve our cyber attribution footprint. So I'm going to switch to the next slide here. So why do we care about cyber attribution? So cyber attribution, a couple of things. Number one, there you can see it's accountability and deterrence. So people, organizations, countries want to know who is attacking. Number two, there, appropriate response. So people need to know, people or organizations or countries need to know how to respond. Sometimes a response is very public. You know, country X attacked us or organization X attacked us. It's made public and it's meant to tell the attackers we know what you're up to. In other instances, responses are done through backdoor channels, and it's less in the public eye, and it's more through the back door. Number three, improved defense and prevention. And I think a lot of our people working on cyber attribution would say, if you know who your attacker is, then you are going to understand their TTPs or the tricks of the trade that they will use, and then you can better defend against them. And then finally, number four, why we care about cyber attribution is from a policy or a legal or strategic decisions point of view. If you know who is attacking you, then it drives many policy decisions, many strategic decisions as well. Okay, and so how that CADC can help? Number one, we have a very unique center here, and we provide thought leadership, and we are starting to build, I would say, a new sort of cybersecurity slash attribution ecosystem. We're starting the conversation. We're discussing it with other profs, other organizations. So it's starting to build a bit of an ecosystem. Number two, you can see AI-powered tools. So we are developing tools, attribution tools that will assist in assigning responsibility for attacks. And then, of course, number three, expertise development. So we are building a fairly significant talent pipeline. Okay, so some of our operational, hang on. Yeah, so some of our notable accomplishments over the past year, as you can see there, $2.1 million investment in, this is largely hardware and software. And it's not just about spending money in hardware and software. Really, the secret sauce is how you combine those two things and configure them in order to develop an attribution center. And so that's really the something that's very unique. I think you won't see a lot of attribution centers. I think ours is the only one that we are aware of in Canada that does what we do. So again, fairly leading edge. Other things, 26 employees hired over the course of the last year, full-time and part-time, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. I was, I don't know, I was maybe a bit skeptical that we could reach that number of people, full-time and part-time. But there you go. We've got 26 employees working at the CADC. Seven tools developed based on the CADC attribution framework. And Kwasi will give you, I think you're going to look at 2 or 3 of those tools that you'll see demoed. 2 fully operational redundant data centers here at the CADC. And then finally, as you see, over 14,000 Tim Hortons coffees consumed to keep the ball rolling. So these are areas of growth for the CADC for 26, 27. We want to expand our employee footprint, particularly in those areas where that are critical for attribution, strengthen partnerships. The CIC has been known for its strong industry partnerships. We want to continue that on with the CADC, but we also want to develop strong partnerships with our federal and provincial governments, and particularly the departments that are involved in cybersecurity. Generate and disseminate data and intelligence reports. One of the things that we're really interested in is providing intelligence reports to particular stakeholders. So that's going to be something that we are going to focus on in year 2. The other thing is developing data sets and disseminating data. I mean, believe it or not, I'm just going to grab a drink here, but believe it or not, the CIC has over 1 million downloads of data sets currently. So we are probably the world's, I would say, the world's leading provider of cybersecurity data sets. With CADC, we want to continue that. We want to continue with that. So we're expecting that we will be developing data sets and providing them to the public as well. The next is delivering nationwide attribution training. So one of the things we want to do is to roll out training across the country, specifically on the topic of cyber attribution. It could be for cyber attribution specialists, largely probably, and specific government departments as well. And then identifying emerging opportunities. We're always, as you can imagine, with cybersecurity, the threat landscape is changing literally on a weekly basis, and so it is with cyber attribution. So we want to keep on top of that, and we really want to try to be cutting edge. And the last slide for me is some of our team members here. So this is some of our operating team members. Won't dwell too long on that one. And then, so that's it for me. And I will ask fine gentleman Dr. Kwasi, to come and give a little bit of information on some of the research and development work we're doing.
Thank you, Hugh. And hello, everyone, once again. My name is Kwasi Boateng, and I'm the Deputy Director of Research and Training at the Cyber Attribution Data Centre. So, as MP Miles said, happy birthday once again. Maybe we should have actually made Milestone with your name on it. Then that would have been good. So, as he said, as MP Miles said, CIC is a group of brilliant minds coming together to manifest innovative research ideas and algorithms to operationalize technology. And when CADC was set up, we knew we had to follow that same blueprint to do that, to not only complement cyber attribution technologies, but also to improve it. So the first thing that we did was to come up with the CADC cyber attribution framework. And I'm not going to bore you with all the details of it. It's just to say that we actually took steps in terms of, number one, verifying the data sources where we can collect and ensure that these data that we're dealing with can help us with the attribution. And the second part is an AI-powered analysis and attribution and insights and reporting tools. So mostly all our tools, we ensure that we relied heavily on AI. And in doing that, we also built this with sovereignty in mind, data sovereignty in mind, making sure that whatever happens, the information we have is stored within the shores of Canada. And with this framework, we were able to build and develop the CADC Cyber Attribution Platform, which is also a modular AI-powered multi-architecture platform where it can be used commercially by stakeholders, by government, in a collective manner, and it can also be built, be run, or executed separately as well. So, everyone, I present to you the Cyber Attribution Platform.
A wolf never hunts without reason. In the digital world, understanding intent is everything. CADC Cyber Attribution Platform is an AI-powered cyber attribution platform designed to track, analyze, and reveal the true source of cyber threats. Its modular architecture brings intelligence together through specialized components. Luminol delivers advanced AI analytics and intelligence. Lucidum explores the dark web, uncovering hidden adversary activity. Arena provides a controlled sandbox to safely observe live threats. Vesta enriches data, turning fragments into meaningful context. Deke deploys intelligent honey-nets to engage and study attackers. Sigil connects the evidence, enabling confident cyber attribution. Oculus transforms complexity into clear insight and reporting. Together, they form a unified view of our threat landscape. Track, reveal, attribute. CADC Cyber Attribution Platform. See the signal, understand the source.
The demo of our components, I hereby invite one of my team leads, Samuel Ansong, to give a presentation on Luminol. Samuel.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kwesi Boateng. It's always difficult to speak after Kwesi. I have to adjust the microphone to a different height. Hello, everyone, once again, and good afternoon. My name is Samuel from the Data Clustering and Analysis team. Now, let's talk attribution. When you think attribution, you think data, right? Now, you don't just think data, you need evidence-focused data. After a year of data gathering and engineering, I'm happy to present to you today what we call Luminol. Now, Luminol is an interactive AI-powered cyber attribution clustering engine that brings clarity to fragmented evidence. And so we're going to take a little video overview of Luminol, and I'll explain to you why it is very important.
In a world of digital shadows, how do you unravel the invisible complexities surrounding cyber adversaries targeting Canada's cyberspace? Luminol CFG is the AI-driven early warning system that provides clues and insights to unmask adversaries. Even when information is fragmented, Luminol Unified Intelligence brings it together. It analyzes adversaries' tactics, tools, and behaviors to paint a clear adversarial landscape. One screen, one truth. When cyber incidents occur, the first question is always, who's responsible? Luminol DNA turns guessing into certainty. It identifies the adversary's fingerprint, no matter how deeply they try to blur it. Luminol isn't just a platform, it is clarity. Luminol, attribution by design.
I'm going to tell you how this truly matters when it comes to modern cyber defense. Now, in a real incident, the biggest challenge is not only stopping the attack, right? Now, what you also want to understand is who is behind these attacks. You want to understand how they operate. You want to know whether this is connected to even wider campaign that has not yet been detected. Now, Luminol is the tool that helps you to move from scattered evidence to a very clear adversary picture. Now, it helps you reduce the guesswork. Also, it supports your decision making with very intelligent insights. And so that brings very fast decision making. And it gives leaders the confidence to act on intelligence, right? So in short, Luminor is an evidence-focused clustering engine. It is also privacy aware, right, for our very private clients, and is fully integrated with an offline LLM. So whatever you see in the demo, whatever queries you're running is totally offline. It's locally made here. So we're going to take a demonstration of Luminor.
Imagine a Canadian critical infrastructure has been compromised by malware. Aside from the question of what happened, an equally important one is who is behind it. The analyst opens Luminol and starts with AI graph reasoning, the interactive investigation view. From one query, it connects related evidence, reports, past incidents, infrastructure, tools, and adversary behavior. Instead of sifting through uncorrelated information, an incident response team reviews the evidence on one screen and asks, what does this connect to? Luminol answers this by showing the strongest links with corresponding explainabilities. Luminol's state-of-the-art AI-powered binary DNA technology compares the malware structure with known attack patterns. It delves deeper, revealing hidden capabilities even when attackers obfuscate names and signatures. Our unified intelligence platform consolidates threat feeds, incident data, and research knowledge. Our behavioral fusion technology demonstrates how the adversary operates over time. In one moment, Luminol turns uncertainty into an evidence-backed attribution masterpiece. Luminol, attribution by design.
Does give you that clarity on one screen. Up next, I'm going to invite Dr. Ali Reza to talk about more products. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuel. It's very difficult to give a presentation after Samuel because I have to adjust the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and hi. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Ali Reza. I would normally introduce myself as Ali, but obviously not in front of Dr. Ali Ghourbani. How dare you? I'm a postdoctoral fellow at CIC and attribution team lead at CADC. Today, I'm very proud to introduce CIC Sigil, our cyber threat actor profiling platform. Sigil is an AI-powered attribution platform that identifies hidden links and collaborations between disparate actor groups.
In August 2025, 3 of the most aggressive hacking groups, Scattered Spider, Lapsus, and Shiny Hunters, officially merged into a single powerhouse. To most security teams, this was a sudden curveball, but with the right intelligence, it was a move you could have seen coming miles away. This is CIC Sigil. While others focus on the what, we focus on the who. We use AI to link the dots between threat actors, giving you the visibility to turn the tables on sophisticated adversaries before they even launch. Stop guessing and start knowing. CIC Sigil. Analyze, correlate, anticipate.
About a year ago, around June 2025, a very sophisticated voice phishing campaign targeted Salesforce CRM instances across the globe. Soon in July 2025, law enforcement arrested several members of the infamous groups Scattered Spiders and Shiny Hunters, who have been around fairly recently on the news. And in retaliation, these groups merged under the same banner officially called Scattered Lapsus Hunters, and started another sophisticated Salesforce-focused campaign which affected over 700 different organizations across the globe. While at the time, there was a lot of ambiguity and controversy about the true threat actors behind these attacks, CIC Sigil used open source threat intelligence to not only correlate the groups, but also attribute the Salesforce intrusion clusters to shiny hunters with high confidence. Now, let's see how Sigil did that.
Cyber threats are no longer isolated incidents. They are coordinated campaigns driven by persistent and evolving threat actors. Traditional defenses focus on events. Modern security focuses on the people orchestrating them. Meet CIC Sigil. Using advanced AI and mathematical modeling, Sigil correlates threat actors in real time. With our intuitive dashboard, you can view attacker profiles, highlighting their behavior and operational footprints, and compare multiple threat actors side by side based on tooling, tactics, and motivation. See how we can look for actors similar to Scattered Spider. CIC Sigil compares different types of threat actor profiles to correlate Scattered Spider to Lapsus and Shiny Hunters, identifying the link before their merger made headlines. Stop guessing and start knowing. CIC Sigil. Analyze. Correlate. Anticipate.
A wise man once said, and I quote, "Wars aren't won by weapons only. They're won by good intelligence," end quote. And deception, ladies and gentlemen, is a key part of it. I'm now pleased to introduce CIC DEEC, our cyber deception platform. Okay. DEEC is a highly interactive honeynet or cyber decoy system that is intentionally vulnerable to attract cyber criminals across the globe towards itself so that you can analyze the threat actor behavior in real time.
Have you ever wondered who's targeting your organization and beginning to launch attacks on your infrastructure? That's where DEEC comes in. By deploying a decoy that mirrors your infrastructure, DEEC captures an incoming attack. While data shared with Luminol and Sigil provide the early attribution needed to shift into a moving target defense, protecting you before an attack fully unfolds. DEEC keeps adversaries uncertain and off balance. Stop reacting. Start controlling. CIC DEEC. Deceive, detect, control.
After years as Canada's chapter of the HoneyNet project, we evolved into DEEC by moving beyond traditional honeynets that mainly capture botnet and scanner activity. We built a realistic, high interaction network that is meant to attract real skilled attackers and basically collect high fidelity intelligence data. Guess what? Soon after deployment, attackers started profiling CIC employees and using their identities to get access to this system remotely. Let's see how DEEC works.
In the modern threat landscape, keeping attackers out is only half the battle. What if you could invite them in on your terms? This is CIC DEEC. In the dashboard, you immediately see live attack activity flowing into the platform. You can identify which employee profiles are being targeted most frequently, as well as the resources attackers are trying to access. The system highlights patterns, such as repeated attempts against specific usernames or infrastructure components. Within the deception environment, attackers interact with high-fidelity assets that mirror your real infrastructure, complete with carefully placed bait. When a malicious file is downloaded or deployed, it can be fed into tools like Luminol to help determine the malware family and techniques being used inside the sandbox. Define your own terms. CIC DEEC. Deceive, detect, control.
Thank you very much for your attention. That's all from my side. Dr. Chrissy.
Thank you very much, Samuel and Ali Reza. Maybe I should also move the mic up a bit. Yes. Okay. So in light of this, Mo, can you bring up the slides, please? Okay, so thank you, everyone. And this is our R&D team that helped with this. And with that, we call on the director to give us a closer.
So what do I do with Mike? No. Bring it down. Good afternoon, everyone. First off, I should say my hat off to my colleagues, the CADC colleague, for a world-class presentation. Thank you so much, and I'm very proud of our team accomplishing in a short time a good size results. So could I ask my CADC group, you guys call it CADC, I call it CADC. CADC, please stand up. CADC people in the room, please. Just CADC. Thank you. Thank you so much. So on the screen, you see that this is basically our CADC team, and almost half of our CADC team members hold PhD degree in cybersecurity related field, and the other half are PhD and master's students, are undergraduate students, and very talented technical and operational staff. It is truly a remarkable team we put together for CADC in a year time. So can we go to the next slide? Oh, I have the control here. Oops, go back. Okay, don't touch it. All right. And this team actually taught us today what cyber attribution is. I thought I'd give you a different angle to it because the World Cup is coming next month. So this is basically similar to professional team that in order to win, you have to know your opponent. And on that front, normally this professional team produce what is called a scouting reports on everything that this team does and what they do, techniques, previous games, and so on. So cyber attribution is basically a scouting report that we do in cybersecurity to study the attackers, and everything around that. So I'm not going to stay too much on this. On the next slide, I want to thank our amazing board members. So I called it this morning and I say it again, this is a dream board that we have at CIC CADC. As you can see on the screen, they are from the government, industry, as well as academia, and we couldn't ask for better board members to help CIC and CADC moving forward. They have been with us since this morning in a board meeting, and I want to thank them for taking the time to be here as well. So I would like also to thank, of course, our speakers today. If MP Mars claimed to be 32, I should claim I'm 31. So thank you very much, Mr. Miles, for your inspiring talk and also support in everywhere you go. I know you're supporting us. And I want to thank Tricia Geddes, Deputy Minister of Public Safety. She has been one of the most supportive person in Canada of CIC, and I can't thank her enough for her support over the years. And of course, I want to thank our president, Kathy Wilson, for being here and helping and supporting CIC. I also want to thank Public Safety Canada and Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agencies for the support and funding they provided for establishing CADC. Definitely without that support, we would not have been to this stage that we are today. And so I want to also take a moment, basically celebrate the accomplishment of CIC over the years and CADC in 1 year. And I think, generally speaking, we've done what in the best of our ability, something unique in Canada, putting cybersecurity as a first cybersecurity institute in Canada on the map, and also New Brunswick, I would say, being recognized, and the University of New Brunswick being recognized as a cybersecurity force in Canada, securing Canada's infrastructures and the public and private sectors. And finally, I'd like to recognize many people behind the scene from CIC and UNB that they worked hard in order to make sure that this event happens. And of course, a very special thank you to our MC, where is she? Samita, for Dr. Samita Bai for a wonderful job she has done as our MC and keeping us on our toes in terms of timing and also guiding us through the program. So of course, there's something outside that we're going to offer you to please stay around as a reception and network. We would love to hear from you. We normally in this kind of event don't ask for questions and answer. We're kind of not in that setup, but we would be more than happy during the reception. If you have any questions to ask us, we'd be pleased to answer your questions. And I also want to ask if our speakers and our board members are agreeable. We take a group photo at this time here inside the room, but we will also have reception after that. We were going to join the reception. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you.